everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Monster Train. I want to touch on a couple of things. One is, I now understand the capacity system better. I understand you can put more than 2 units per floor. You can put an imp in the spot when you have the capacity remaining, or you could take the extra capacity upgrades and put more units per floor, or you can ascend units, descend units, and ignore the capacity rules, okay? That's number one. Thank you for the tips and the patience we get there. Number 2 is, I feel the need to let you know I did have a win on stream. That video should be making it to YouTube if it has not made it to YouTube already. But Covenant 1. Enemies are stronger. Add additional random cards to your starting deck. Let's try to get Covenant disabled. Covenant 1. I mean, here's the thing. It's very easy for me to just go the Hellhorn to where I want to be, right? So let's not do that. Let's try an Awaken, Stygian Guard run and see how it goes. I honestly have no idea how it goes. I do also want to say thanks for the support on the Monster Train series so far. It has been ridiculous to begin with, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. I hope you're interested in playing the game when it comes out, which is in 2 days? It's the 21st when it comes out, right? Only other thing I'm going to do, lower this camera slightly. Okay, final boss is Seraph the Temperament. What do? You lower the strength of my units? That would be bad for me, I suppose. But I guess we're not using a Hellhorn deck, so maybe it's not that bad. And we get some random starting cards because we're on Ascension level 1 now. So we can enhance a unit. We can deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit, discard a card at random, and then restore a health. Restore health is really good because most of our Awoken units trigger on... they have rejuvenation triggers, which trigger on heal. Alright, so upgrade your champion, gain an artifact. Let's start with artifact. I'll tell you, spells gain an extra upgrade slot is disgusting. We can make some absolutely outrageous spells here. Now, do we want the Sentient Explosive, deal 15 damage to front enemy unit, or spikes 10? It's a tough choice. I really like the rejuvenation synergies. I hate that this doesn't target, but if we can make you at the front and just keep healing you, essentially you could do 10 damage to every enemy on the first floor if you're up at the front. So I think the real question is, do we want to keep you at the front or do we want to keep you at the back? Most of the other Awoken units I've seen benefit from being... Well, that's not true. There are actually a lot of units that benefit from being at the... You know what? Let's try a weird spikes build here. But I like the rejuvenate trigger. I can't ignore the rejuvenate trigger. Okay, let's do it this way. All right. Enemies enter with armor 5, but if you succeed, you get a unit. I'm definitely willing to do this. You do start with a damage. Oh no, you get a damage shield on Slay. 35 HP. Well, yeah. Here's the thing. I really like taking these early trials now, because if you take pyre damage, who cares? Usually you get the chance to heal your pyre more. You use your health as a resource to leverage for the future. So, rejuvenate. With 3, here's how we play this, okay? Sentient comes out for sure. That's not even close. Then, I think we want a Train Steward just in front to block some of this damage. And then I think we might as well enhance... Well, you got choices, right? You can enhance the Train Steward. Or alternatively... I mean, I suppose you could enhance this unit if you wanted to. You could play a Train Steward on the next floor. So you have some momentum and hopefully you slow them down when they move up there. Honestly, yeah, I actually prefer that. Because we might end up wanting to play a Train Steward next floor anyway. Because of, like, the Loot Goblin. So we'll just deal 25 damage to the front unit and discard a card at random, obviously, and... It's a slow start, don't get me wrong. With no rejuvenation triggers on our first unit, or on our champion, that was annoying. Alright, so Loot, unfortunately, is up there. So what do we like here? You're gonna die, so we do have to think about this. Why are you taking no damage? Like, shouldn't you be taking 5 damage? Or am I dumb? What's happening here? Oh, because you're healing! Okay, I mean, you're tough for us to kill. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So I think, for 1, we definitely like the Restore, which will hit you for 15. I'm gonna be honest, I think we just toast you. Again, this might seem like not great, and I kind of agree. We do miss out on the gold here, but I pointed as if you could see what I'm looking at. But because we got the trial going early on, I don't mind starting like this. We get a brief respite. Like, here's the thing. These guys are going to attack the pyre. They're going to do almost no damage to the pyre. So I really, like, truly do not care. I do think we want, like, a train steward here. We need more units. Basically, our train stewards are garbage, is what I'm trying to get across here. I would... but that only hits the front. Whoops, apparently I've played it. Well, we might as well play this one, then. That's better for us. This unit has no attack, so they won't damage our pyre. Okay. So I think our pyre will definitely take some damage here, but it's worth it to get, particularly if we can get a great Awoken unit that functions well with restore triggers for us. I'm a very happy man. So I don't really want to keep you alive. It takes 2 restores to keep you alive, which I think is not worth it. Instead, let's just go ahead and hit you for 15, and then another 15. And this now having regen is so good for us. So they changed restore, so it heals less, but it has regen 1, which gives you a rejuvenation trigger for every stack. So this will actually do another 30 damage to this unit because of the rejuvenation triggers, which is just outrageously good for us. So if we get super lucky, we might be able to protect against some pyre damage. Not much, maybe, but we might be able to save a hit or 2. And then we're just hoping to draw some good spells here. Well, kind of yes and kind of no. This will let you live longer. Now you're taking a bunch more damage. And actually, now that I think about it, I think we just gas you up with 1 more of these. Now you're taking 21 damage. Instead of restore, we'd be much better off just tossing this out there. It's going to be tough to kill you before you get to the pyre, but I think that there's going to be... There's a good reason for this regardless. I think we're going to make this happen. We have no units up at the top, but that's okay because we got Titan's Gratitude. What a lucky draw. What a lucky draw. Okay, hold on. I'm going to lower the game audio slightly here. And then, let's collect. So what do we want? I'm going to tell you. I don't really like Steel Enhancer. I really like an out-of-control Glimmer. Like, Glimmer with 3 spell upgrade slots, as far as I'm concerned, is disgusting. Restoration Detonation can also do amazing work, but I think Glimmer for, like, an AoE spell is just so good. Draw 1, discard 1. Deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit twice. Or Titan's Tooth. What is offering? If discarded, it will instead be played. That's very interesting. Deal 5 damage to enemy units and apply Frostbite 10. I mean, that's great. If we could find a way to discard it. I do like it, don't get me wrong. I don't know. You know, we do have some discard engines. I think it's worth giving it a try. Alright, let's see what we got here. Guard of the Unnamed. Incant, gain 3 armor. When we cast the spell, you gain 3 armor, and you're at 10-15. Or, okay, I see Silophyte. You give spell weakness, which makes the next... Oh, okay, I see. So basically, it multiplies the damage of a spell. The next time the unit is hit by a damage spell, it takes that much damage again for each stack of spell weakness. So if we could give you multi-strike and like put you in the back, you're really good. But are we keeping... I'm trying to think. We're keeping our champion in the back. So I actually kind of think early, we'd prefer to have Guard of the Unnamed. Because they're going to get so much armor. It's going to be a pretty good tank that does okay damage. And I really think early on, we go here, and we want to get 1 incredible spell. Permafrost is not really what I'm looking for, but I'll tell you. So Glimmer being a 12 heal and 12 damage to everything on a floor is disgusting. Making it free doesn't matter that much to me. I'm kind of more about this reroll. Double stack won't work for us on Glimmer. But I will say, if you hear me out here, upgrading a spell to cost less and then using it on this is insanely good. So now it only costs 2. We would like to be able to discard it, don't get me wrong. But that might not be possible. But I was gonna say, we could put double stack on this, and then it would give enemies Frostbite 20. That's all I'm gonna say is, I don't think that's as much damage as it appears to be. It is 20 damage, then 19, then 18. Like, trust me, it's not bad, but at the same time, I think we could... I mean, Glimmer is 12 damage and 12 heal immediately. Ah, that is pretty good, though. You know what? I think it's good enough. And then we can't reroll again. Plus 10 magic power. I mean, you know what? Restore... Yeah, I think we'd rather have restore 22 and deal 22. And then we're hoping to, like, dupe this spell as early as possible. It's all about getting these, like, ridiculous stacks out here as fast as... Or these scaling that we can get is just disgusting. Enemy units enter with spikes 3. We will turn that on. I mean, we don't attack that much. We rely on our spells quite a lot. Alright. Alright, so use your brain on this one. Haste is really bad. We'd really like that unit to get iced. Unfortunately, we have nothing that can ice them. So this is like... Because these guys have haste, this sucks really bad. It's kind of like legitimately horrible. So we for sure want the Sentient. And then we definitely want Guard of the Unnamed at the front. And then I think, for real, we want Train Steward up at the top to defend against this next setup here. By the way, my mouse wheel's all jank. My mouse from Amazon is shipped. It should be here within the next couple of days. I'm excited and I'm ready. I think we want to rejuvenate you so this unit dies, which also gives you extra armor for incantation. And then you have no attack. So you're going to move up to the 3rd floor, but that's why we have the train conductor up there. And then we're hoping we get some of our good spells here. And we did, thankfully. So you only have 1. You got 0. So, I mean, obviously we could Glimmer you, but we can also just play another Train Steward and be A-okay. You're going to attack first. You're going to do 1. I think we play another Train Steward on this floor, which will give us the loot. And then we can save our spells for down here, where they do more for us. And I know you're looking at this, like, Titan's Tooth, but it's just not as good because everything's going to die anyway. We might as well just Glimmer and get, like, the rejuvenation trigger. And then, as far as healing goes... We can give you more armor with the heal, but I think we're maybe better off just getting a Train Steward out there for the future, preparing for when things are going to get a little spicier. A brief respite. So things are about to pop off. Sadly, this time, I'm like, we didn't get the spells we wanted, but maybe that means... What are we drawing next time? Titan's Gratitude is going to be great to draw. We're going to get some real damage, thankfully. So we're just trying to give you as much armor as possible, really. Alright, let's see how this goes. You gotta go, but we have so many AoE spells in our deck that... Apparently it's not gonna happen right away, but it should happen at some point. So you do 7. This is a pretty terrible draw, just to be straight up with you. Definitely, I think you always are gonna like that spare damage there that also gives you more armor, which makes you take more. And then I think we just want to do Frozen Lance, which will also give you more armor, which will lead to you taking more damage. And then Titan's Gratitude, which will give you more armor, which will lead to you taking more damage. But this unit here is gonna... Oh, but you're gonna haste it up! That sucks. That sucks because you're gonna get 1 extra floor further ahead. I'm gonna close my door because this, the vacuum's going off. 1 moment, please. We already know how this is gonna take out. Okay. Just keep hitting me, alright? I know there's, like, animation speed, we can turn it on, but my brain doesn't function on that animation speed. I'd like to keep it going a little faster. Losing that Train Steward. It's a bummer, dude. It's a bummer. We have to play Titan's Tooth. So my honest-to-goodness thinking is you try to play it for free. It totally worked, which is just unbelievable. And now you're dying. I can't believe we made it happen, but the Frostbite is going to do it. Okay, so, I mean, the worst-case scenario there, honestly, was we were going to take some pyre damage, but we made it work. We made it work. That's great stuff. And it's luck, but it's also what we planned for. I really think Restoration, Detonation, if we can get some of these Awoken units that get really... I mean, this doesn't work very well on any of the units we have right now, but a lot of the Hollows really benefit from this. Nothing else really appeals to... Ah, you know what? Never mind. I actually think I like Vine Grasp to get the buffing units up to the front so we can actually hit them with our other spells. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't think we want... Honestly, it's a little spicy choice to take nothing there, but I'm fairly pleased with where we stand. Now, this is a legitimate conundrum here. I always want to make my spells better, but I think definitely this is a reasonable time to make your units stronger. We really want a duplication portal here. That's not a duplication portal, it's a sweet sword. Do you take the rail spike? Upgrade a unit with +20, +20, and purge. Increase a magic power spell by 20 and add purge. Okay, so the question, purge is like exhaust, or not exhaust, but like destroy. Once you play it, it's gone. So my personal take is you either make a bad spell good and then it's gone, or you make a bad unit good and then it's gone. And I think I would much rather make like a train steward out of control for one combat and then remove it from my deck. But we can afford to make one unit really good here. Upgrade a unit with quick. So quick is very solid. Upgrade a unit with Incant to get more armor. Sadly, it's not really what we want, but quick is really good. But we really don't want, like... I mean, okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna give you quick because it benefits you. However, I will also admit, I don't really want to stack up more armor. And I don't really want you to have more HP. I'd really like you to have multi-strike, which we can't afford. But I will give you... I think I'd rather give you the Strength Stone. Because you're going to get so much armor from us casting anyway. And we're not going to upgrade any other units, because our other units are all Train Stewards that we'd like to get rid of anyway. I'm not convinced that this deck is doing anything special right now. But I am like, you know, I think we're doing a much better job, a much more considered job than we did on the last 2 episodes for sure. Okay. So we're very happy to have AoE here, don't get me wrong. Definitely the play, because these do 1 damage on attack, or on death, I should say. So we definitely like a kill that doesn't hurt. Although I guess we'd rather have you out there for the incantation, now that I think about it. So we want Sentient, we want Guard of the Unnamed, and then you're not both dying, which is surprising to me, but we will do that. Now you're both dying, so you get the extra armor. No problems here. And because you're quick, you're not going to take any damage. Quick is so good. We just need to make you much stronger to make it worth it. Because right now, you're kind of... To be honest, you look great right now, but you're kind of an underwhelming unit long-term. Is the way I choose to look at this. We need more healing cards. That's what I'm... Because this draw is just like... Is horrible. We might as well put our Train Steward out while we have them. I mean, you know my philosophy on this. Let's get this out here, which is also going to incant you. And, to be honest, rather than play another Train Steward, I think if we can buff our quick unit as much as possible, it's going to benefit us when the boss comes out here. That does suck, but we have glimmers in our deck. At some point, we're going to get a glimmer. Like guys, at some point, we're going to get a glimmer, is all I'm going to... That's all I'm going to say. So what do you guys do? You have rage stacks. It does do 3 damage. I mean, I think we just kill one of you. So there's an obvious play here. You play this. You play... You're already dying. But you're gonna live. You play this. It's not elegant, but work with me here. Then this will give us a free Titan's Tooth, which is going to kill everything else over time. Or immediately. But we are going to have to deal with 1 unit on an upper floor. But that unit's not going. I mean, with Rage 1, they're a 1-1 unit. If they go to the pyre, it like literally doesn't matter. Oh, we got Frostbite 20 on the boss too. Alright, so we're drawing Glimmer on this turn, which is like an automatic play. Yeah, we just like it. Yeah, that's good stuff. I have only stayed behind to protect the Covenant. Alright, whatever you say. Whatever you say. Straight up, this train steward's doing a pretty good job. So you know what? Why not? Oh, he's doing so much damage to the boss too. I'm so happy we got the. Oh, you did 1 damage to the 2 damage to the pyre. Get over yourself. I forgot when your rage decays, you still have some. You still have some base level stats. Okay, okay, okay. Now the question is, do we want to play Titanstone here? I kind of like it just to put Frostbite on you. But what else? Okay, well, we would definitely just destroy you. Hear me out. I think this is the right play. I think you play Titan's Tooth right here. All of a sudden, you've got 38 Frostbite on you, so the longer you want to take to get down, the happier I am. This boss stands no chance at this point. And you're already dead. So final wave, the boss is coming, he's relentless, and he's dying. He's dying already. It's over. Way to go, dummy. Alright, so we might as well make you stronger. And we might as well do some extra damage to you. And we might as well do like a bunch of extra damage to you. And then just let's see how you like it, okay? Let's see how you like it. This is a very well played first boss fight situation for us. Dude, that Frostbite. It's melting the boss. But I still think we need our units to scale a little faster. I can't believe you managed to get that unit taken care of. But these Frostbites are doing what I need them to do. Minus 2% for 2 damage taken. How dare you. Alright, our rare booster pack. I don't think the effigy is our play. It has a lot of keywords I like, but I don't think it's our play. Now, giving a unit quick for 1, we can also remove consume from it later. There's a lot to like there. We don't at present have any units we really enjoy that much, but there's a temptation. Don't get me wrong. And then Deep Offering means Titan's Tooth is always going to be free, but I don't think we have the energy base right now to like justify it. But if we get extra energy as our boss reward, then I think this is what. But then we have to have. Like we have to get Titan's Tooth to make it worth it. This is like the easy play, for sure. This is almost like the higher risk, I hope higher reward play. I'm willing to do it. Here's the thing. I would... Oh, hold on. Incant gives you +1/+1. Incant gives you Rage 1. And then we have a tanky unit with Sweep. I like all these units, just to be straight up. Rage 1 gives you 2 extra damage, right? Because I'm thinking we cast a lot of spells. I think we could make you quite tanky. But we'd have to use our replenishes to keep you alive, because your HP's not that high. Whereas this, I kind of think Siren of the Sea is a little bit more our speed. And now, here's the thing. I would love to take capacity, because I understand capacity is important now. But this is really a run because we're more spell-driven than unit-driven, where I feel like mana is important. But if we get the chance to take capacity in the future, for sure. So we can duplicate any card in our deck. We really want to duplicate our Glimmer. Full stop. Duplicating Titan's Tooth is also tempting, but I think this is your sensible play. Let's start small though. Let's upgrade our champion. What's Revenge? When damaged, draw 1. It's interesting, but we're unlikely to make it happen. I think Rejuvenate doing 30 damage is way better. And then an Awoken unit. I have to look at our deck real quick. There's a lot I like here, but I have to look at our deck real quick. Because here's the thing. This unit is great if we have a tank in front of you. So who's our tank? The guard is a tank. The siren is kind of a tank. Okay. And this unit is a tank itself. I think we take the animus and we just make sure it's played at the back whenever possible. Well, always, or it'll die ASAP. I know you're thinking that the play here is possibly to upgrade or duplicate Titan's Tooth. It is really good. I can't, like, just dismiss it out of hand, right? But I feel like the Glimmer is, like, is so solid. But you know, making Titan's Tooth twice as likely to draw, I think this, you're not going to hear me say this too much. I think that's our play. And Glimmer is also at the common level, so we might be able to find it a little faster. I don't think we can afford to give enemy units Spell Shield 2, even though I'd love the coins. Clipped Guardian. You have haste again? It's out of control. I'd love to do the trial here. I don't think this deck is popping off as much as I would need it to pop off. Okay, you have haste, which moves... Right, I just mentioned that. It moves you up. So for sure, you step down here. I think you definitely... This is the beauty of this. We like just playing Titan's Tooth. And I'm like... I don't know what you put out here. I think maybe you get... What's more important, I guess, is the question. I think it's more important to make the Siren as incanted as possible. Let's give it a try. So we'll play the Siren here. And then we'll... You're not dying, which is fantastic news. Trust me, I understand the value of the guard as well. But I'm going to try to buff... Does 30 damage? Yeah. I'm going to try to buff that Siren as much as possible. This guy doesn't do any damage, so I'm not really sweating him too much. Alright. So we got a Loot Goblin up at the top. I mean, you could play the Animus up here. You want to play the Animus anyway. It gives them a chance to get established, and we'll just play our other armored unit in front of them, and the second floor maybe can be Train Steward Central, unfortunately. And we'll do like a Rejuvenate, which is pretty sick. And then... It's a tough call, because I do want to make you stronger, for sure. But I'm also, like, making our quick unit strong. I don't think in the quick... Well, they would have more HP. I don't know if it's too relevant. Here's the thing. I'm just going to buff this unit, and hopefully it won't matter. Hopefully the units will never get to you in the first place. How does that sound? So there's some free gold for us in the first place. I think this deck is like a B+ right now. I think we can definitely... Well, maybe let's say B-. I think we can make some great stuff happen, but it might take us a little bit to get there. So we can play Titan Stock for free, or Titan's Tooth for free. Do we want to play it for free? Well, really, we're playing it for 2 and also drawing a brand new hand. Maybe that's not as good as I thought it was. By the way, I apologize for the noise in the background. I sincerely do. Discard your hand, draw 5. I'm just thinking, you know what? None of these spells are Glimmer. How does that sound? So let's just do this, and then we get that spell for free. And then I was just going to say, we're going to draw Glimmer on top of that. And we definitely just like playing Glimmer to begin with. You're not dying, which is hilarious. You are dying, so I'm not worried about that. Now you're dying, and you're getting super strong. Like, what's your thing? You just moved. Okay, big whoop. Who cares? I mean, we could just hit you for 30. How about that? Nobody's getting buff on Slay, so... We have brief respite? No respite yet? No respite required. Alright, so we really want to kill the unit at the back. I just genuinely think that's not possible for that to happen. So this is 30 damage. This is 30 damage. Now you got 90, which is just ridiculous. I think we play Frozen Lance. The haste unit is so annoying here, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And then we're really hoping to play our other named, unit up at the top to defend our quick unit. Because our quick unit is in a dangerous spot right now. And thankfully, we got it. So there you go. You guys are both dead. Nobody has multi-strike, so I still feel like you buff you. And then if we can incant a couple of times up here, that at least this unit gets some extra armor. I feel like we got a good setup for the boss fight, for sure. Alright, so I'd like to kill the unit at the back, which means we would need a Glimmer. Or, actually, this will work fine as well. Beautiful. Now, getting Frostbite stacks on you is very nice. So what are we not going to play? Honestly, we're not going to play our Train Steward. I don't think that's worth much. You do 10 damage. Yeah, because Restore is just... That's a lot of damage dealt. You see, it took it from 46 to 78 because we get an extra proc due to regen. This Train Steward is just trash. I think we're actually way better off with this, believe it or not. Then you survive one extra attack. Now you're taking 114. Now you're taking 261. Oh, baby! Alright, I mean, you could put it on ultra speed here. We know what's happening. Okay. Put me back on normal. There's nothing going on this floor. I was gonna say, maybe we can use some spells on you. Nothing wrong with that. So, we'll get rid of these. We'll get rid of these. Well, do we want to get rid of that? That's a question. Hold on. How much damage have you... How much damage do you have? 11 Frostbite. I'm going to get rid of this and not play Glimmer. Because we could draw Glimmer next turn. But... really, this is all about just surviving long enough for the Frostbite to do a bunch of damage. So we didn't get Glimmer, but we got another... I mean, he's dead. What do you want me to do? And you're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I mean, 50 Frostbite. It's poison. It's poison from Slay the Spire. It just does, like, disgusting damage. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful work. Consume and draw 3 next turn. Restore 10 health and apply regen 4. This is what we want, because this is 120 damage to front unit over 4 turns, admittedly, on our champion. This is a good play for some kind of progressive damage. I don't dislike you, but I don't trust you. We would like another unit, though. Plus 5 magic power on this floor. I don't think that's worth enough, honestly. Sap is a discard engine. I don't think any of this is worth it either. Just give me the gold. We got shops to power up. We need to remove some Train Stewards and add some better units. But nobody is going to add a unit here. We could duplicate another card. I think that's our play, believe it or not. I'd like to make our units stronger, don't get me wrong, but I genuinely think our play is we come over here, and the Pyre health is worth very little, but we duplicate, you either go Glimmer, which is, again, still beautiful, or you could duplicate one of your units. We could really use another good unit, but I also really feel like this upgraded Titan's Tooth is actually, it's driving the bus right now. So, next shop, we're gonna have some beautiful stuff. Non-boss enemy units get +6. I definitely think we can make it work, even though this is kind of like, they seek to inundate you with a lot of enemies that have low HP. So it's a little spiced, don't get me wrong. It's a little spiced. So the Sentient is a gimme. They gotta get played. Then, you guys are gonna do like 32 damage. So, we gotta be real spiced here. This is a horrible first draw. I'll call it like I see it. You get out of here. And then what, you make them stronger? I'm gonna level with you. Quick. Siren. This is a rare turn for us. Without a doubt. You're unlikely to need it, but you... I don't know. Honestly, let's make you strong enough that you can kill an enemy. If all these guys are going to have 1 HP, I don't mind this at all. So this is a very rare first turn for us, but I think we thought that through. So we're just really hoping for, like, literally any AoE at all. Here's the thing. You're dying. We have to protect you. So you get protected with this right here. Full stop. Now, you did get a lot stronger, but you're going to take a bunch of damage as well. So, you're a tanky unit who's also quick. We're going to put our other quick unit behind you. Now you're dead too. Now, I got to think about this for a second. I could restore you, which will do quite a lot of damage, but it'll allow you to get away. But, you know, there's no other way we could stop this, because nobody has multi-strike. So you're not going to, the gold is going to be gone. Let's just put it that way. Let's go. All right. So I think, you know, because we have the trial on, things are a little bit more difficult for us here than they otherwise would be. But we have big healers. You know, Glimmer appears to be the heaviest card in our deck. It's always sinking down to the bottom. We're just waiting for those big heals to exist. And they still kind of haven't. Here's the thing. We definitely start here. And the regen is going to just wreck you. Nobody, okay, we're killing you here. This is great stuff. We just play Titan's Tooth. Making Titan's Tooth cost 2 was the smartest thing I ever did on this run. Now, we'd really, really like to keep our champion alive. It's becoming increasingly difficult. But again, that's why we're waiting for Glimmer. Literally, like, the only card we cared about at all. Here's the thing, though. We have to play Glimmer for certain. It's just amazing for us. Now, because we're not dying, I have to run the numbers here. Deep Offering is going to cost 2. It's going to give us a 0-cost spell, and also give us a pretty good chance to get a Titan's Tooth for free. I guess the question is, do we care about a Titan's Tooth for free against this enemy who's really not that dangerous? And for me, the answer is no. I think we save those Titan's Tooth enablers for next turn, and just make sure our champion is kind of like good to go. And then you might find this, humorous. You know what? That top unit doesn't need a buff in my world. I think you just keep this unit strong, and I mean, we could always put a, if we're gonna do anything, let's put a Train Steward down here, so that we can get our champion to do a little bit of extra work over time. So sadly, we do not want the Titan's Tooth this time. But what we can do, at least, is we could choose to buff a unit. And I think we would buff the guard. So we would just... Oh, they won't even let me cast it. And do we... I mean, we might as well get the Train Steward out there. It's not doing too much, but... Okay. I still like where we're at. We're looking for AoE spells for sure. And, I mean, Glimmer is what you want, without a doubt. So play Glimmer. Now, you're only taking 66. That's about to change, though. Because this will give us a Titan's Tooth for free. Now you're taking 123. Now, I'm just wondering, you have so much multi-strike. Oh my god. The Restore is still going to do some good work for us, because it's going to give regen. We are going to live for one more turn, which is very important for us. We get one more turn of Frostbite, and we also get one more turn of that regen. But this is a very dangerous enemy. This is where I wish I had Sap, honestly. How much damage you taking? 99. That's real bad. So obviously, we want to try to get Titan's Tooth for free, but it's enough of a risk that I feel like you're better off just casting Titan's Tooth. Restoring 10 health doesn't really do much for us. It gives us 1 incant trigger. So I actually think you just want to get it out there as much as possible. And again, I think that this enemy is going to end up doing some serious damage to our Pyre. At least they lived through one there. And the Frostbite's doing work, but we've still got a long way to go. And this floor is not particularly impressive. I'm thinking there's a chance you might be able to kill my Pyre on this one. We're not moving the needle at all. Yeah, you're doing 30 damage to our Pyre per attack. We're doing 30 to you. With the Frostbite, I think we might get you, but it's gonna be tight. I think we lost, but I think this was a good loss in comparison to our last attempts. I think this was a good loss. I can live with this one, to be honest with you. We made some mistakes and probably also should not have given the buffs to the enemy. Although I don't know if that mattered in the end. I think, honestly, we just didn't scale fast enough. We didn't have great units. Focused a little bit too much on spells. But we'll be back to try again for now. I'm going to assume you enjoyed the episode. You watched all 40 minutes and 25 seconds. Click the like button. Helps out a great deal. It's the single best way that you can support the channel as a viewer. We'll get that first YouTube win. We already got the first Twitch win. That first YouTube win is coming, though, I promise. Of course, check out Monster Train. It comes out on Steam very soon. Thanks for your support on the series so far. I'll be in the comments soaking up dopamine, soaking up constructive criticism, and then making snide comments at the unconstructive criticism. I mean, it's like that scene in Office Space where people are like, did you get the memo about the TPS reports? And I'm like, yeah, 100 other people above you in the comment chain mentioned the TPS reports. And they're like, just so you know, you got to put a memo on cover on your TPS reports. I understand. I appreciate the desire to teach. Trust me. But also have mercy. Apart from that, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. See ya!